everybody, Wall of Wiisdom here. Sunday, January 22nd, 2017, roughly 11-something p.m. Had a good day today. Got to see the Packers lose since they robbed one from the Cowboys. And it looks like we will have the Falcons and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'll probably be getting... Where's my phone? It's over there. A poll up on the Skylander Club forum, so if you want to vote on that, be on the lookout. Falcons versus Patriots is a matchup we'll have in 2 weeks. That said, this weekend, as promised, I did make the rounds to GameStop, and I was able to acquire this little gem. No sales, no promotions. Of course, when they have Skylanders Day, they don't ever have this stuff, but $14.99 is the price, no inflated price like Toys R Us. And you're like, wait, that's Tae Kwon Crow. You've already got him. Why buy another one? What's the logic here? Well, if you think back, this is Tae Kwon Crow, right? That's Tae Kwon Crow, but that is Mystical Tae Kwon Crow. So just like we saw with Bad Juju, she had the mystical, alt deco variant, if you will. Only available at GameStop here in the U.S. I think they're at EB Games, everywhere that's located. Other countries around the world, I don't know. They're either some other retailer or not available. I do what I can to help you. But again, US, GameStop, everywhere else, EB Games where applicable. Fire Element Ninja, this is Mystical Tae Kwon Crow, and again, this is sort of just a recoloration, if you will. So, the best thing here, you like Tae Kwon Crow, you want both pass active, you get to have them, you can distribute them accordingly to however your little heart desires, but you don't have duplicates of the exact same figure, so it works out nice in that regard. Just for reference, here's Mystical Bad Juju. So you pick up their Mystical is sort of like a black, white, and red color scheme. With Tae Kwon Crow, it appears to be more of a black and red. He's almost like a Chicago bull until you realize he's a crow. The beak looks gray through the packaging. We'll have to check on that. Coming around here, there's the inset box art. I feel like that's different, but I don't have the Tae Kwon Crow packaging here. Maybe some of you want to go and double check. In your hand or in dead space onto the portal into the game, it is that simple. Again, a fire element and a ninja. Sensei Skylanders unleash almighty Sky Chi, and you can unlock unique gear and weapons for your Skylander Imaginators. Also featured here, Bad Juju, which again, she's got the mystical alt deco, which matches and corresponds here. Master Flare, fellow fire element. We've got Grave Clobber, who I'm very excited about him in Wildstorm. We just have to wait until March. And then Master Buckshot. So, I will go ahead, and if you are a collector, you can peel these off pretty easy without... The good thing about them, I mean, you can see I'm not putting much effort at all into it, and we did absolutely no damage to the packaging. We didn't tear or anything like that. So, part of that's testament to the adhesive, and part of that's testament to the slick packaging. So, the big money shot here, though, for Mystical Tae Kwon Crow, right there. One of the things I think is the coolest is the shurikens are colored. I'll just go ahead and showcase that while I'm thinking. I got so sick of the batteries dying in chain reaction, I've charged them all, and then when the green light came on, I just left them. I know you're not necessarily supposed to do that, but some of them are so old and the others were new and just never worth anything. Like, they started to get weak, my old ones. I bought new ones, and the new ones were like defects. So I've basically just nuked them. I probably released hazardous chemicals or something, but hey, we've gone 3 minutes with no blinking lights, so I'm happy. That said, I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up. Keep in mind, if you are so inclined, what you need to do, tape here, tape there, tab on the back. So I'll get him freed from his packaging, we'll spin him around, go over his story, and of course do our usual assessment of things, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so here is the Crow of the Hour, Mystical Tae Kwon Crow. Got him freed from his little plastic coffin there. The beak almost looks like it would be sort of the undead glow-in-the-dark materials we were accustomed to on our classic undead Skylanders. Now here the two crows are side by side. You can clearly see the difference. Who dare face me? It's just seems like they should both be spouting their slogan. Tae Kwon Crow's dialogue in the game just cracks me up. He's one of, by far, the more entertaining characters. Just seeing these side by side, we've got a poll battle going. It's which version do you prefer? Standard Tae Kwon Crow in the left hand flying around, or Mystical Tae Kwon Crow in the right hand? I was thinking I would like Mystical better, but I think standard, and it's mainly just because of the detail. Like right here on the little glove, you've got sort of like the silver accents, the rivets, if you will, and then that little trim piece. If they would have extended, I see something that bothers me. If they would have extended that over here and made, you can still see it vaguely, like that right there, that should be red. These could be red. You could have even used silver or the beak color or some sort of a semblance of those. That would have made for just a much better appearance. There's actually a lot of slop on this. You can see red paint. I don't know if the camera's showing it. I think it is right there on the sleeve, and then there's a nice glob here. It's almost like, hey, should we paint this? And they started to, and they're like, no, we shouldn't. So that's unfortunate. The thing that bothers me, though, on these shoulder guards, it's red, right? And there's these little riveted pieces up here. And they're sort of on this one, they're just brown trim, and then you fade into the silver. This is brown on the tops, which really doesn't make any sense. That's not like how things would be at all if it's a spike or a cuff or anything. But right here, they kind of replicated that, and they put black there. It just doesn't make sense. It's not like an opening and you see through it. It's like a nodule. It's lifted, it's elevated from the rest of the surface. And it's black, and that bothers me. I can't tell you how much better his hands and arms would look had they have taken the time to trim that in black. I feel like we were robbed a little bit there. White, I thought, would have also been used in this because it was so prominent of a color with mystical bad juju. White would have been an amazing contrast to the black. I think this is something, if you get it or you get two of them and you aren't happy with the finish, you could dress this up in little to no time just doing minor details, and I think you could make it look significantly better. I'm kind of tipping the cards, aren't I, as to which one I think would be better. Again, I initially thought, man, I can't wait to see Mystical Tae Kwon Crow. I'm going to like him even better aesthetically than standard. I think I've still got to go standard here, personally. I do want to know your thoughts. You can leave a comment down below. Make sure to vote, too. That way we'll have it logged in the poll. It's a nice color scheme. It's a nice setup. But when you start analyzing the overall detail, there's just little small things that could have been done. It's always what it comes down to. It's the little things. But then collectively they add up and they make an entirely different scope for you. Nonetheless, here the two crows are. And see, like, again, using the red shuriken to point the kneecap there is sort of metallic. You would think, okay, well, it's going to be red on this guy. You can see it there, the raised surface, and match it up with what you have here on standard Tae Kwon Crow. But it's just black. The black and the red does work. It looks good, but the little finite details like that kind of leave a bit to be desired. I do like that he still has these done correctly. That was a nice touch. But nonetheless, fire element base, no yellow stamp. It's still limited only to Boom Bloom. While we're doing it, let's go ahead and compare and contrast. Now, Mystical Bad Juju, and this is the thing, I'm not a huge fan of Bad Juju in-game. Aesthetically, oh yes, she's pretty cool. I still think she should have been a sorcerer, and I have a poll up about that. But if you took a little bit of the white, it's not really the bone white like his beak, it's sort of more of like a, off-white, maybe kind of a bone. If you were to transfer that over just a little bit here and there on the trim pieces or something, you could make Mystical Tae Kwon Crow quite a bit better. We may do a poll battle between these two aesthetically, actually. I don't have it up yet, but be on the lookout for it if I ever get free time. That said, I have looked at the stats on the website, and they once again show Mystical to be superior. I don't think that'll translate in the game. Once we introduce him, we will know for sure. According to the website, Skylanders.com, Mystical Tae Kwon Crow power 330. Armor 120. Speed is actually off the charts, so it's looking like it shows a 4 something. Again, I don't know. Got the iPad over here and I'm reading it off to you. And then his luck 150 out of 350. His motto, if you did not know, are you ready for this? Face me! His dialogue, again, just classic. They kind of maintain that from Trap Team. So, nonetheless, very, very cool. I'll try to stay out of the, class switching and elemental switching and things, because he was pretty cool the way he was, but he's not terrible in this setup either. Tae Kwon Crow was once the leader of a villainous band of air pirates in Sky Highlands, but pirating was never his true passion. All that really mattered to him was stopping anyone that dared to do anything that he deemed out of character. If a cake maker dared to make a pie instead, he would put a stop to it. If an ordinary sheep dared to bawl longer than normal, he would end the nonsense right then and there. Tae Kwon Crow could not even stand it when anyone even dared thinking of daring to do anything. But after he was captured by the Trap Masters, Master Eon dared him to change his ways and use his abilities for good instead. At first, Tae Kwon Crow was angry that Eon would dare make such a bold suggestion, but he soon realized that he could actually serve as a role model to young ninjas and help them avoid the dark path that he went down. Forsaking his katana, dun 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 dun, that's what he had if you think back to Trap Team. Forsaking his katana for the more traditional roundhouse fire kick. I don't know that would be more traditional, but whatever. Tae Kwon Crow now defends Skylands from whoever dares threaten it. So I like that because we get somewhat of an explanation of why he's, not yielding the katana. I have to say, though, seriously, put him back with the katana, make him a swashbuckler or a knight or whatever you want to do, and then make Bad Juju a sorcerer. Like, it just bothers me that they've changed. Especially the elemental alignment in some of these bothers me, but the battle class. Tae Kwon Crow was so freaking cool, the way he was structured in Trap Team. And again, I don't hate him here as a ninja. Like Bad Juju, I just can't get past that she's not a sorcerer, and I'm not a huge fan of her attacks, particularly Junior. But Tae Kwon Crow, you go through what we've done with him, I have no qualms with his playstyle. It's just kind of sad because this figure, in sort of like his Dark Knight pose with a katana, when he's jumping down to fight you in Trap Team, would have been such a fantastic figure. Overall, though, I do like this. It's just when you start to, it's, kind of like if you got a car and it's like, well, it's a 20-footer. And you're like, well, what does that mean? That thing looks fantastic. And it's like, well, get up closer to it. And you get closer and you can kind of see where the, paint is orange peeling in one spot, and then you can sort of see the rust bubbling on the lower quarter that you couldn't see. And then you've kind of got, like a slight crease. And then the clear coat's coming off in one little patch on the roof type of a thing. You're like, oh, that's what they mean by 20-footer. If you're sitting right here and you just see Mystical Tae Kwon Crow on my shelf or the pool table in this case, because we're cool, you're like, man, that is awesome. I've got to go get that. Then when I bring him close and we start analyzing things, you're like, oh, well, if they would have just painted... And there's another blotch of red. Oh, so fantastically misplaced. There's a lot of bleed over from the shuriken. I could critique these a lot harder than I do, but it's the little things like if this was red, if they would have used white, and the glossy black, I sort of feel like a, hot rod black, a flat black, might have been a cool concept given that he's a crow. So, what do I know? The beak is very sinister. There's a lot of things that are done right here. Random Banana just commented. Okay, that's cool. That's an OG name there. So, yeah, just small minor details that to me personally would have made a big difference. And it's like they kind of thought about it here and there, and then they just didn't follow through. But still looks pretty good, particularly from a distance and when you're not like nitpicky, if you're just like, oh yeah, alt deco, But for all intents and purposes, he will serve our needs. He will allow us to have both paths active at the same time. We can have a blast with that. Should be ready to go. I just have to get him the cash and we can get back on that. I just need more free time, folks. Work is insanely busy and I don't get much time to do this stuff. So that's it. Here we are side by side again. Poll battle, SkylanderClub.com. Let me know your thoughts if you prefer standard Tae Kwon Crow or Mystical Tae Kwon Crow. Very hard to do that with the tripod around. I don't have free range of motion, But yeah, it's sort of like one of those ninja deals. Picture a glass, silky smooth body of water, and on the top side you have Mystical Tae Kwon Crow looking longingly into the water, only to see the reflection of standard Tae Kwon Crow. I still do wish with the alt decos, mystical, solar flare, whatever it may be, nitro, dark, that we would get a little something special in the bio, like why is he mystical? What happened? What's the story? Maybe in the future they'll do that. It's doubtful, but it would be a very nice nod to sort of like the hardcore collector super fans of the series, if you will. And the real question here, is it Mystical Tae Kwon Crow looking in the reflection? Or is this an alternate universe and it's Tae Kwon Crow looking in the water, seeing the reflection of Mystical? Think about that. Yeah. So, nonetheless, I'll quit rambling. $14.99 at GameStop. They should have sales eventually, but again, it is exclusive to them here in the U.S. So $14.99. I had a gift card from Christmas that I'd never gotten to use, so I picked this guy up, and I finally got a 8-bit Link here. Probably not going to open that one either. They're still $12.99. That's why I've sort of kind of held off on them. All the Switches in my area have been pre-ordered. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. I kind of want to wait it out, but it would kind of be cool to give to my nephew for his birthday, but I don't know. We'll see. Nonetheless, comment with hashtag Mystical TKC. Once again, Mystical TKC. That'll get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom. You can follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Beam. Those are the places that I stream. If you follow me, you should get notified when we go live. I progress through the entire game, all the realms. Anytime we do arena stuff, it's all live streamed. Then I export it over to YouTube. The introductions and upgrades usually are going to be recorded offline, if you will, and then I'll just upload them the old-fashioned way. Sometimes I come in and we do live Skylanders research. People seem to enjoy that. I would be doing it more, but one, my internet sucks, and two, time. So, you know, I could stream, but it would be at 3 in the morning when there's no one there to watch it, outside of Australians and people in New Zealand. So thank you for your support there. But that said, I will quit rambling. WallofWiisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com. Who dare not join the Skylander Club forum? That's what me and the TKCs were talking about. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this guy. Make sure to vote in the polls. Let me know, do you prefer him or Standard? Do you prefer Mystical TKC or Mystical Bad Juju? Lots to talk about down below. So make that happen. Have some fun. Hope y'all are enjoying. Hope you're cashing in on some good sales for Skylanders. Slowly accruing your collection of Imaginators. And with that said, I will catch you back here for more Skylanders Imaginators unboxings.